Car enthusiasts everywhere are buzzing over what's coming next in the world of sedans, SUVs, and everything in between. Rumors of discontinuations, fiery debates over new hybrid systems, and shocking redesigns are swirling. So today we're diving headfirst into this whirlwind of speculation and fact. Some automotive giants are giving beloved models a radical makeover, while others may be bidding farewell to once iconic nameplates. Will fans embrace these daring leaps forward, or will diehard loyalists be left fuming over too much change? Brace yourself for a closer look at the most anticipated models hitting the streets in the next couple of years. We'll explore everything from rumors about a turbocharged revolution in compact crossovers to controversies around subscription-based features, sustainability battles, and potential final editions of some longtime favorites. It's a thrilling ride full of twists and turns, and by the end, you might just be rethinking which brand you're rooting for. Remember, we're not talking about distant prototypes or dream concepts. These vehicles are set to arrive on actual roads before long. And as manufacturers scramble to one-up each other in performance, luxury, and cutting-edge tech, the stakes have never been higher. Whispers of lost manuals, replaced engines, new hybrid strategies, and design overhauls have ignited heated discussions online. Enthusiasts argue about whether these moves represent bold innovation or a betrayal of tradition. If you're as curious as the rest of us to see whether these vehicles live up to the hype, stick around. We'll dive into shocking controversies, rumored upgrades, and genuine revelations about everything from the humble sedan with a twist to the enormous SUV boasting supercar levels of horsepower. Ready to see which model is rumored to become the next star or the next flop? Let's begin with a deeper look at those bold redesigns that are starting fires and comment sections around the web. The 2026 Subaru Outback. For over 3 decades, the Subaru Outback has been a favorite among drivers seeking a blend of rugged capability and everyday practicality. But the forthcoming 2026 edition might challenge everything you thought you knew about this iconic crossover wagon hybrid. Industry insiders claim that Subaru is pushing the Outback closer to a true SUV design, elevating its ride height, squaring off its previously sleek edges, and giving it a more commanding stance. Fans are torn. Some love the robust look, while others fear the Outback could lose the unique identity that made it stand out from the pack. One controversial rumor is the possibility of a new hybrid powertrain. Subaru loyalists have long relied on the brand's traditional boxer engines and symmetrical all-wheel drive, but market pressures toward eco-friendliness might be prompting big changes under the hood. While no official details have been released, automotive gossip suggests the new Outback could share technology borrowed from Toyota's hybrid know-how. If true, this would mark a significant step in Subaru's green evolution. Will that turn off purists who crave the familiar growl of a boxer engine, or will it open doors to a broader audience eager to reduce their carbon footprint? Speculation aside, Subaru is likely to keep its hallmark: standard all-wheel drive, impressive ground clearance, and interior practicality. People expect an array of trims, each with distinct features, ranging from a base model that satisfies budget-minded adventurers to a premium tier rumored to top $50,000, possibly featuring advanced driver assistance systems and upscale cabin materials. Whether you're excited about these changes or frightened they might dilute the Outback's legacy, one thing is certain: the 2026 edition is shaping up to be a hot topic. Subaru's gamble to blend tradition with modernization could either spark a new wave of devoted fans or leave longtime loyalists lamenting the end of an era. The 2025 Ford Puma. While some vehicles evolve gracefully, others experience total rebirth. The 2025 Ford Puma is one such example. Originally tied to the now discontinued Fiesta, this compact crossover has a fresh identity that aims to fill the void left by its hatchback predecessor. At first glance, it looks like a sleek urban cruiser, but fans who've watched the Puma's transformation are already asking if it's trying too hard to be everything to everyone. One significant change is its bold 12-inch touchscreen running Ford's Sync 4 system. The brand's shift to a more tech-focused cockpit is already stirring controversy, especially since climate controls have apparently migrated to the touchscreen. While some drivers applaud the modern design, others question the practicality of navigating multiple menus just to adjust the air conditioning. Adding to the buzz is the Puma's Mega Box trunk storage, featuring a drain plug for easy cleanout, which is either brilliantly versatile or a quirky gimmick depending on whom you ask. Then there's the performance angle. The Puma comes with a range of small turbocharged engines, including a 1.0-liter 3-cylinder that packs enough pep for city driving. If that sounds underpowered, don't worry. The brand is rumored to push out a more spirited ST PowerShift variant with nearly 170 horsepower. Sure, that's no track monster, but for a subcompact crossover, it's enough to turn heads at stoplights. Still, nostalgia creeps in. With the Fiesta gone, some fans wonder if the Puma can truly capture the playful spirit once embodied by Ford's legendary hatch. Others see the Puma as an ideal next step, a modern, fun-to-drive small crossover that honors the past while stepping boldly into the future. Regardless of your stance, the Puma's redesign revolution is a prime example of how car makers are blending old-school heritage with next-gen demands. But bold styling cues and new body shapes aren't the only big story. Let's talk about the wave of advanced powertrains, hybrids, plug-ins, and high-tech infotainment that are rewriting the automotive script altogether. The 2025 Honda Civic. For decades, the Honda Civic has been the poster child of reliable, wallet-friendly commuting. But the 2025 version wants to break that mold with fresh design and a rumored hybrid system that's been heating up automotive forums. Word is, Honda wants to create a Civic lineup that appeals to performance-minded drivers, environmentalists, and mainstream consumers all at once. A tall order, but one the brand insists it can deliver. Early leaks suggest a 2.0-liter 4-cylinder engine paired with dual electric motors, creating an estimated 200 horsepower in the hybrid variant. That means a real jolt of energy off the line. Some are whispering about a 0 to 60 time just over 6 seconds, and potentially up to 49 miles per gallon combined. It's a combination that could make some wonder if the beloved Civic C might eventually adopt a hybrid system too. Traditionalists might scoff at the idea, yearning for the mechanical simplicity of yesteryear, but let's face it, times are changing. Beyond the powertrain, the new Civic's cabin also deserves a mention. Expect premium finishing touches, nicer materials, a larger infotainment screen, and an array of driver assist features. Rumors hint at advanced safety packages, possibly standard across most trims, plus over-the-air software updates to keep everything running smoothly. The real question is whether Honda can preserve the Civic's affordability while packing in all these upgrades. With rumored starting prices just above $25,000 for the base model, it's a balancing act, but it just might work. The 2025 Volvo S90. Luxurious, refined, and now more focused on electrification than ever. That's the 2025 Volvo S90 in a nutshell. The Swedish manufacturer has been steadily pivoting to greener tech, and the S90T8 plug-in hybrid stands as a prime example. Industry chatter claims a potential 0 to 60 rush of around 4.5 seconds, which for a sedan emphasizing comfort and eco-friendliness is no small feat. Part of this vigor comes from a turbocharged 4-cylinder engine teamed with an electric motor, allowing short distances on pure electric power alone. Fuel efficiency speculation is equally impressive, up to 66 mpg in combined driving. But numbers aside, what truly captures attention is Volvo's continuing evolution in cabin design. The brand is famous for its minimalist Scandinavian interiors, blending open-pore wood with subtle metal accents and plush leathers. For 2025, there's talk of an even larger central infotainment display plus more robust over-the-air updates. Not everything is sunshine and rainbows, though. Critics question whether Volvo's push toward electrification might alienate those who love the brand's traditional 5-cylinder growl from older generations. On the other hand, fans of new tech see this as the logical next step, aligning with the brand's reputation for safety and forward thinking. By bridging the gap between stately luxury and eco-conscious performance, the S90 aims to stay relevant in a rapidly shifting landscape. From sleek hybrid sedans and tech-savvy compacts, we move into the realm of sheer horsepower and torque. Up next are the high-performance variants that spark either excitement or debate about practicality versus raw power. The 2025 Cadillac Escalade 5. When you hear the name Cadillac Escalade, subtlety probably isn't the first word that comes to mind. The 2025 Escalade 5 takes that loud reputation and cranks it up to 11. Rumored to be packing a supercharged 6.2-liter V8, punching out over 680 horsepower, this hulking SUV is basically a luxury yacht on wheels, except it accelerates like a sports car. Early test figures hint at a scorching 0 to 60 time near 4.4 seconds, an astonishing feat for something with the aerodynamic profile of a brick and the curb weight of a small house. But beyond the numbers, controversies abound. Some critics point out that an SUV this size, with this thirst for fuel, despite all-wheel drive and advanced transmissions, doesn't exactly align with a greener future. Enthusiasts, however, counter that there's room in the world for both hyper-efficient EVs and roaring V8-powered family haulers. Inside, the Escalade V is rumored to feature a panoramic digital display spanning more than 50 inches across the dashboard, reminiscent of concept cars we only used to dream about. The angled secondary touchscreen, two-spoke steering wheel, and exclusive carbon fiber trim remind you this is not just any Escalade. Whether it's an ode to American muscle or an over-the-top extravagance, the Escalade 5 certainly doesn't lack personality. The 2025 BMW X1. Let's shift gears, literally, to something more compact yet surprisingly dynamic, the 2025 BMW X1. Don't be fooled by its position as the smallest SUV in the brand's lineup. BMW has a way of injecting spirited performance into even the most practical packages. The base xDrive 28i sports a turbocharged 2.0-liter engine that can hustle from 0 to 60 in a bit over 5 seconds while still delivering reasonable fuel efficiency. For those who crave more, the rumored M35i ups the ante with over 300 horsepower. One point of debate is whether the X1's ride is too firm for everyday comfort. BMW fans insist that the sporty suspension setup is exactly what makes the driving experience exhilarating, while critics from the comfort first camp might find it a tad stiff on rougher roads. As for technology, the brand's iDrive 9 infotainment system is generating buzz with features like augmented reality navigation, but some worry it's overkill for a compact family-oriented vehicle. Still, the X1's interior remains a highlight. Leatherette or genuine leather seats, a digital gauge cluster, and ambient lighting help the cabin feel more premium than you'd expect in its class. Some enthusiasts even go so far as to say it outperforms bigger SUVs in refinement, just in a scaled-down footprint. Whether that's hyperbole or truth might depend on your test drive, but there's no denying this little SUV is punching above its weight. The 2025 Mazda CX-30. Mazda has long been known for building cars that handle like they're priced well above their class. The 2025 CX-30 continues this tradition, positioning itself between a sporty hatchback and a sleek crossover. You can opt for a naturally aspirated 2.5-liter engine for everyday commutes, or a turbocharged version cranking out 250 horsepower for those who crave a burst of adrenaline. That's quite a leap for a subcompact crossover historically seen as a practical choice. Some of the chatter around the CX-30 focuses on Mazda's design evolution. The brand's signature Kodo design language is still present, but rumored refinements could bring sharper lines, a more pronounced grille, and an updated infotainment approach, though Mazda is famously resistant to full touchscreen interfaces, preferring a rotary dial for controlling most functions. Some drivers love this minimal distraction approach, others find it inconvenient compared to the tap and swipe norm. Regardless, the CX-30 continues to cater to those who want a near-luxury experience in a smaller footprint. Leather seat options, heated front rows, and premium audio systems all come together in a cabin that feels a cut above typical segment expectations. If you're torn between a sporty compact car and an all-wheel drive crossover, the CX-30 might hit the sweet spot. Just be prepared for spirited debates about Mazda's reluctance to fully embrace touchscreen mania. Of course, no conversation about the future of cars would be complete without addressing which beloved models might be on their way out or drastically changed. Let's see what whispers are circulating about quiet farewells and unexpected twists. The 2025 Chevrolet Malibu. It's not often that a mid-size sedan can boast a legacy stretching back over half a century, but the Chevrolet Malibu certainly can. Unfortunately, the auto rumor mill suggests that the 2025 Malibu might mark the end of the line for this longtime staple. As the world shifts toward crossovers and SUVs, sedans have been losing ground. Loyal fans are understandably saddened by talk of a final bow, but some speculate that Chevy might follow up with a reimagined electric sedan down the road. The 2025 edition is said to come with a turbocharged 1.5-liter engine mated to a continuously variable transmission, CVT. Performance remains modest, hitting 60 miles per hour in around 8 seconds, but the focus has always been on reliability and cost-effectiveness. With gas mileage that hovers around 30 miles per gallon in mixed conditions, the Malibu still checks the right boxes for drivers seeking affordable daily transport. Yet, critics argue it doesn't stand out in a market teeming with similarly priced crossovers. Inside, you'll find straightforward controls, spacious seating, and a user-friendly infotainment system. Some see it as the perfect commuter car, unpretentious, comfortable, and budget-friendly. Others lament the lack of excitement or cutting-edge features found in rivals. If the whispers are true, this might be your last chance to snag a brand new Malibu before the model name rides off into the sunset, or transforms into something entirely different for the electric era. The 2025 Honda City. While the Malibu might be exiting the stage, the Honda City is quietly updating its act. This subcompact sedan has a devoted following in markets worldwide, admired for its nimble handling, affordability, and surprising spaciousness. The 2025 refresh, however, is said to take a more upscale approach, with speculation about turbocharged engine options and advanced safety features that were once reserved for higher-end vehicles. Fans of the City's practicality worry that going too premium could drive up prices, undermining one of the model's strongest selling points. Meanwhile, others see the shift as Honda's strategy to appeal to younger buyers who want an affordable city car but also expect modern connectivity and a bit of luxury thrown in. Reports of an updated infotainment interface complete with voice commands and smartphone integration make it clear that Honda is serious about bringing the City fully into the digital age. Beyond technology, the 2025 edition also aims to enhance styling. Teaser images show a sleeker profile and a front grille that looks more aggressive than previous generations. Whether that change resonates or alienates longtime fans remains to be seen. One thing is sure, the City is forging ahead, determined not to be overshadowed by flashier rivals in the crowded small sedan market. Farewells and redesigns are only half the story. Next, we'll look at how some manufacturers are taking a bold stance by combining luxury with cutting-edge tech, sometimes in unexpected ways that spark debates about software subscriptions, data collection, and more. The 2025 Mazda 3. Mention the Mazda 3, and most people picture a sleek, sporty car that punches above its weight. The 2025 iteration seems poised to strengthen that reputation with advanced features once rare in this segment. Imagine controlling in-car settings in your own smart home devices through Amazon Alexa integration. This synergy hints at Mazda's broader ambition to meld daily convenience with a spirited driving experience. Insiders report that navigation updates might arrive over the air, ensuring your maps are always current. Of course, this kind of technology often sparks privacy debates. Some drivers love the set it and forget its simplicity of constant software updates, while others worry about what data might be shared or how reliant the vehicle is on connectivity. Performance-wise, the brand is sticking with its proven 2.5-liter engine, which could make as much as 191 horsepower in the standard trim. Higher-tier versions might offer a turbocharged 2.5-liter engine punching up to 250 horsepower. That's a lot of muscle for a compact vehicle. Add in the possibility of all-wheel drive, and you've got a recipe for a small car that drives with the spirit of something much bigger. One rumored downside is that manual transmissions might be more restricted to specific trims, if offered at all. Purists lament this potential shift, but it reflects the overall industry trend of favoring automatic transmissions and hybrid setups. The 2025 Volvo S90 Revisited. We touched on the S90's push toward electrification, but let's not forget the luxurious side of this full-size sedan. With whispered updates to the infotainment system that could integrate seamlessly with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, the S90 is doubling down on user-friendly connectivity. There's also talk that Volvo might introduce an optional subscription package for advanced driver assist features, things like enhanced adaptive cruise control, or even semi-autonomous driving functions. This subscription-based approach has triggered debate among buyers who dislike the idea of monthly fees on top of a premium purchase price. On the other hand, advocates argue it allows Volvo to continuously improve and expand these functionalities without requiring owners to buy a whole new car. It's an evolving business model that big brands are experimenting with, and the S90 might be the perfect test case. As always, the interior is expected to highlight Scandinavian design principles, clean lines, top-notch materials, and a calm atmosphere that encourages stress-free travel. But under the surface lies a vehicle that's anything but basic. Between turbocharging, hybrid technologies, and advanced connectivity, the S90 balances serenity with cutting-edge innovation. Will this new approach keep it at the forefront of the luxury sedan realm, or could the move toward subscription-based amenities alienate potential customers? Only time will tell. Between design overhauls, high-tech features, and rumored discontinuations, the automotive world is in flux. Let's bring all these threads together in a final thought-provoking conclusion that challenges you to ponder where the industry, and your own preferences, are headed next. Before we jump into the final conclusion, let's take a step back and see the broader mosaic forming here. Car makers are clearly grappling with a few key themes: electrification and hybridization. It's impossible to ignore how many brands now offer or plan to offer electrified versions of their most popular models. Even once traditional Honda Civic is dabbling with battery-powered punch, and stalwarts like Volvo are pushing plug-in hybrids to new heights. Subscription and software. We're witnessing a shift from buying a fully loaded car outright to potentially subscribing for certain features. Mazda 3's over-the-air updates and Volvo's rumored subscription-based driver assist systems could pave the way for a future where your monthly car bill isn't just a lease payment. Design and identity. The lines between hatchback, SUV, crossover, and wagon are blurring. Subaru Outback shifts toward a more SUV-like persona. The Ford Puma rebrands from a subcompact car into a stylish, city-friendly crossover. Brand identity becomes fluid as manufacturers chase the latest market demand. Performance versus practicality. Cars like the Cadillac Escalade 5 push horsepower to extremes, while critics question whether that's responsible in an era of emissions regulations and rising fuel costs. On the flip side, models like the Chevrolet Malibu and Honda City are focusing on efficient everyday transport, though some might not survive the market shift to crossovers and EVs. Luxury trickling down, even compact vehicles now boast advanced tech, premium materials, and near-luxury comfort. The BMW X1, Mazda CX-30, and Mazda 3 all show that high-end touches are no longer exclusive to full-size sedans or extravagant SUVs. By understanding these themes, we can better grasp why certain brands take risks that might initially seem baffling. They're all jostling for a foothold in a marketplace that values connectivity, eco-consciousness, performance, and style, often all at once. So here we are, at the intersection of tradition and transformation. Beloved nameplates like the Chevrolet Malibu could be bowing out after decades of faithful service, leaving fans with a bittersweet sense of nostalgia. Meanwhile, newcomers or redesigned classics like the Ford Puma aim to capture the hearts of younger, tech-savvy buyers who can't imagine a car without a massive touchscreen and advanced smartphone integration. On the performance side, the 2025 Cadillac Escalade 5 provides an unapologetic display of brute force, shaking up the conversation around sustainability and whether there's still room for gas-guzzling behemoths in a future leaning ever more toward electrification. Then there's the 2026 Subaru Outback, which might undergo a transformation that stretches the very definition of what an Outback is, possibly polarizing its own loyal following. This swirling environment leaves us with a few critical questions. Is the rush to adopt electrification and subscription services a genuine reflection of consumer demand? Or is it driven by marketing hype and regulatory pressures? Are we losing something irreplaceable, like the manual transmissions and straightforward analog buttons, for the sake of progress? Perhaps the real question is whether car enthusiasts can find a sense of balance, embracing advanced technology without discarding the tactile joys that once defined the driving experience. One thing's certain, the automotive landscape won't look the same in 5 years. And for some, that's exhilarating. New opportunities, new designs, new ways to drive or even be driven. For others, it's a loss of the dependable simplicity they grew up with. Whichever side of the fence you fall on, these upcoming releases will spark passionate debates and shape the direction of car culture for years to come. Now that you've seen the rumors, controversies, and potential game changers on the horizon, it's your turn to weigh in. Which model's rumored shift seems the most exciting or the most misguided? Are you cheering for bold leaps forward or quietly lamenting the possible end of automotive staples like the Malibu? Jump into the conversation, share your thoughts, and keep an eye on how reality aligns with or defies the swirling speculations. As we brace ourselves for the official unveilings, remember, automotive history is littered with bold moves that either skyrocketed a brand to new heights or became cautionary tales of a misread market. So keep your ears perked, stay hungry for the next insider leak, and let us know if you spot a hidden twist. Because in this fast-evolving world, the real excitement lies in what happens next, and that's a story we're all itching to see unfold.